Hey guys, so more Genshin stuff. I saw a clip of this and I'm like, huh, how have I not seen this yet? So this is Genshin 4th anniversary. I know I'm a little late. The 4th anniversary was what, in September? Do you remember? This is Genshin 4th anniversary Unawakened Dream. So it's about 5 minutes long, so not too long. But again, I saw a clip. The animation looked really, really good. So I was like, check it out. So here we go. There are countless possibilities in this world. Is this one of those you spoke of? The branches of fate are infinite. If pure flowers get tainted and the other twin falls into slumber, I think this is written in the Abyss language, their writing. Years ago, basically Celestia just, the heavenly principles just came and attacked them. There were some people there who were doing unsavory things. So, the heavenly principles come down and they just take out everyone. The people there who, they were pretty much morphed into what we know now. The hilly churls and the abyss mages and all of them. So seeing that little girl essentially looks like becoming like a hilly churl. I mean, imagine you're just a peaceful person living your life, and then the gods come down and not only destroy your nation, but then morph you all into hideous freaking monsters. You are just an innocent person, and you're being punished for the acts of a few. I mean, especially the children. This is why Celestia needs to be taken down. No one likes that. it the what I saw, it looked amazing, and it's just proving. And we have all the mainstay weapons of the Archons. They're just breaking, kind of showing the death of all of them. Which, well, we'll get into that when it's done. We only got like a minute or two left, so we'll get into that. But
不记得我了，那就让我再次加入你的旅程吧。
so Venti when he's not drunk. So the whole thing, it's like her taking out the Archons, but the Archons aren't the reason for Conria happening. It was the heavenly principles for. So Lumine seems to be canonically the Abyss twin. So she's gone through her quest, her journey. She's reached the end of that journey. She should know that the Archons were not the reason. They lost just as much during the whole thing with Conria. Every single one of them lost people. You know, uh, Raiden Shogun lost her sister. Uh, Greater Lord Rukudavada died, and Nahida was, kind of created from that. Um, everyone, Zhang Li, the other, some of the Adepti died. I mean, everyone lost someone, including the Archons, because Celestia doesn't know its place. Celestia thinks they can just invade the world and bend everything to its will. So, like, Tevat was ruled by the dragon, the dragon sovereigns. They came along, basically beat the dragon sovereigns into submission, and then took their powers. But then Celestia, the heavenly principles, has the audacity to say, with Fontaine, it's like, so Egeria had her Oceanid familiars, right? They desired to be humans. So she took the waters from the primordial sea and fused it within her Oceanid familiars and created some new humans. And because of that, Celestia was like, you know what? We're going to flood your nation. But it's like, you, Celestia, the heavenly principles, did something just as bad. They invaded a world they didn't belong to and stole the powers of the the dragons who ruled over the planet. But yet they want to judge a nation and say, well, we're going to flood your nation because you did this. It completely hypocritical. It's rules for thee, but not for me. So I would, going around these nations, Lumine, I don't think would condemn the Archons. I mean, as cool as the animation is, it's amazing. But, especially, we've seen Lumine. She's kind of told us the plan about her and not liking the heavenly principles and stuff like that. So she knows the Archons, I'm sure. She knows that they're not bad people and that they lost just as much. The animation though, man. Like it's yeah, like Nahida. It's like, why would anyone like Nahida? Who would go after Nahida? She was born after Conria was destroyed. Essentially, Conria was Conria was attacked by the Heavenly Principles. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata died, and then Nahida was born from that. So Lumine would have no reason to want to kill Nahida. That'd be so stupid. Dainsleif, same thing. He survived Conria, got cursed with immortality. Also, I love how she's kind of like a little bit of Focalor, a little bit of almost like Fischl, especially with her black aesthetic. Really looks really cool. Really looks cool. That's a great shot though of oh god. Oof, that is such a great shot. Just the animation on this is just fucking, just look at that. That is so freaking cool. We got Zhao right there, and like Cloud Retainer right there, and then you have Rex Lapis or Zhongli. I mean, look how massive this dude. I mean, would this be how big he is? I don't know. I mean, the Gaiun Stone Forest, those were all spear pillars that this dude threw. So I would imagine that he was actually a lot bigger than this. Because he had to pin down Osile. So those Gaiun Stone Forest, those are all pillars that he threw into the ocean. So he would have to be probably a lot bigger, or he possesses a lot more strength than it seems. But yeah, she would have no reason to attack him like this. Zhongli, even Neuvillette, Zhongli says that the gnosis, and Skirk even kind of confirms this. The gnosis are basically like a curse that whoever has them, it kind of whittles away. And I think Zhongli said in his story quest how the longer he holds on to his gnosis, the longer he held on to it, the more he felt more of his personality and who he was kind of, disappearing. He said I think he said something that about no matter how strong stone is or rock is, it'll eventually be eroded over time. And he felt that with the gnosis because it was whittling away his personality, and it was a curse. Even Skirk says they're items of misfortune and that she sees them as curses. During the trial with Farina, Neuvillette also says that the aura in Archon resembles that of a curse. So the Archons are just as innocent as everyone else. But you have the Heavenly Principles who just kind of invade and they try to take over and they do things. But then, like I said, with Egeria, she creates new humans and they're like, no, we're going to flood your nation now because you did this. And it's like, bitch, you're not even from this world. You came into our world and attacked. You attacked, overthrew the dragon sovereigns, and imposed your will onto everyone. And you're telling me I can't do this? Really? Even Fosolora was like, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. She says, were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? You know, she says, Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. So when it comes down to it, the heavenly principles are just a lot worse. You know, people look at the heavenly principles or Celestia like heaven, like, oh, we ascend there, and you know, if we're really good, and you'll be blessed by the god. No, it's a terrible place. They don't care about humans. You know, because of a few bad people in Conrail, look what happened. The entire nation was destroyed, and people like Dane were cursed with immortality, and you had innocent people, innocent women, children, becoming creatures of the abyss. You know, hilly churls and all because Celestia doesn't know its place. So, also that is just so amazing looking. I think I actually might use that. That's an amazing wallpaper right there. That's amazing wallpaper right there. Actually, every single one of those. And also, as for Venti, you know, there'd be no reason for her to be mad at Venti. He doesn't get involved really with anything. He got involved with the overthrowing of the Lawrence clan with Vanessa, but as the god, it's the city of freedom. It's like, oh, they can pray to me or not, doesn't really matter. Um, so seeing him with the time thing now in Mondstadt, there's a lot of stuff relating to time. There's the monument on that faraway isle that you have to glide to, with the sundial dealing with time. There's the one on actually in Mondstadt. Um, Same thing, the sundial dealing with time. But so I mean, it might be saying that Venti has something to do with time, even though he is the wind. You know, with time, you would expect that to be more like the Raiden Shogun having to deal with eternity, which is time. So I don't see him having the capability to, you know, reverse time or anything. But as for the statue, it seems like the statue of Barbados might be the key to getting to Celestia. If you read the words around it and translate it, it's basically like the gateway to Celestia. So if we're that final battle, I think is going to happen. We're going to Celestia, and that's how we're getting there. Is that statue of Barbados in Mondstadt? Um, but yeah, that's a Venti you don't want to mess with. That is a Venti who is sober and serious. Like, this is the Venti who. So if you remember the Golden Apple Archipelago, those were mountains that this dude blasted into the water. If you notice, you go there and find dandelions, which can only be found in Mondstadt, but yet you could find them on in the Golden Apple Archipelago. That's because they were part of Mondstadt at one point. This dude just blasted with his wind, just blasted these things into the water, just hundreds of miles away into the ocean. That is how strong Venti is. Easily blow you away. And when it came down to Senora, he could have easily won. But I think he wanted to have his gnosis taken away. Every single one of the Archons don't want their gnosis anymore. You know, every single one. Venti, I think, lost his on purpose. Zhongli gave it willingly to the Tsaritsa. Raiden Shogun gave it to Miko, and Miko gave it to Skara, or the Wanderer now. She gave it to him when he was still Scaramouche, because Raiden Shogun really didn't want it. Nahida gave hers to the Doctor. Neuvillette gave the the Gnosis to Arlecchino. So every single one of these Archons, they don't want their Gnosis anymore because Celestia is a terrible place. Um That oh my god, Venti. Oh my love. I love Venti so much. I had a cat a few years ago who was an outside cat. He was a flame point. I named him Venti because just of how amazing and beautiful he was. But yeah, really cool animation. It doesn't make sense why they'd be going after the Archons when the Archons were just as innocent and lost just as much. You know, Zhao, you know, the he lost people, Zhang Li lost people, uh Raiden Shogun lost her sister. Everyone lost something because the Fire Nation attacked. No, because of heavenly principles. So, of course, you can't really make a cinematic or animation of gods that we've never seen before. The only one we know is the sustainer of heavenly principles. That's the only one we know of. And I think the ruler of death or whatever that we saw in Natlan um, seems to be the heavenly principles. Um, Especially because that giant red portal type thing that opened up, very similar to the sustainer of heavenly principles. So obviously the name, the sustainer of heavenly principles. Um, Not to mention there's the heavenly principles, so which means there's multiple things, multiple gods. It's not just one person, it's multiple. Um, but yeah, these people just come in, impose their will onto everyone, and people suffer. Enconomia suffered. Conria suffered. Fontaine was going to suffer until big brain Focalor's like, you know what? F you, Celestia. I'm going to screw you over. Uh, we just saw the captain kind of screw over the heavenly principles by, them cursing him with immortality, only for him to give up. He just like, and he kind of shoved it in their faces and used it against them. No one likes these people because they're not good. It's like having a dream of meeting your favorite celebrity and then finding out that they're complete freaking jackass. Yeah. Celestia, the Heavenly Principles, they're that celebrity. They're a freaking jackass. Um, but just beautiful animation. It's so good. Oh god, and if this actually happens, if this actually was to happen and Aether was to die, if the Heavenly Principles did succeed in killing this guy, oh my god, Lumine would lose it. She would not just Lumine, everyone. She would have the help of everyone that we've ever met in our journey, from Mondstadt to Snezhnaya, the Dragon Sovereigns, the Archons, everyone. The Abyss Order would be there because they want to topple Celestia. Well, she controls the Abyss, so obviously they'd be there. The Fatui with the Sarita would be there. Everyone would be there rallying behind her to, it'd be insane. And I'm hoping that's what happens. I want to see this final battle where we launch an assault on Celestia and take down the gods that have been causing so many problems in Teyvat since they arrived. So the Saritsa, I think, is working on that. We'll find out her plan on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. No. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think the whole plan is with Celestia. Are we going to take them down? Or are we going to slap some sense into them? I really hope we take them down. I would love nothing more than to not only take them down, but watch that stupid thing in the sky come falling down. It'd be like watching the Jade Chamber fall, except while the Jade Chamber fell, it was kind of sad and it kind of depressed you. Watching Celestia fall would just be satisfying. I would be like, oh, yes. Oh, yeah, it's about time. It's about time. And as soon as it hit the ground, like, ah, all over my screen. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What do you think the plan is going forward? with the Heavenly Principles. And what's your favorite nation so far? If you've gone through all of them. And yeah, that's going to do it for me. So you guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.